Welcome to this Evernetproperties tutorial for Property Pipeline Builder. In this tutorial we're going to go over your first property, getting that, evaluating that and putting it into the system. As with all our tutorials, you can go through the video, but you can also go through a text version at the same time to get access to that. If you click on the Tools button at the top of our website, Training, Videos, Guides and Tutorials, and then you'll see our tutorials here, and if you click on your first property you will see this tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to cover getting started, a guide through the property interface, adding a link from Rightmove, finding the address and postcode of your property and adding that to the system, adding the patch to the system, storing extra links such as Street View and EPC links, saving and getting the project back so that you can view it, and accessing it when you're out and about, typically from your mobile phone. So let's get started. So, getting started. If you have signed up to the early access program and logged in, you should be able to see this screen. If you see a blue login button here and different text here, then you are going to need to log in. You do need to wait until your PIMS details are registered. You should get an email confirming that, and then when you go to this screen and log in with your Google account, you will see two options. So you have the My Projects option and the Create New Project option. What I want you to do now is go ahead and click Create New Project. Guide through the project interface. This is the project interface that you will see as you're putting the project details in. You can see a set of buttons here. These are action buttons which we use to perform various actions on the project. Just below that we have two tabs. So we have a main tab and a project tab. You can click these and it switches the screens below to two different settings. And then finally at the bottom here we've got what we call our cards. So here we have a basic information card, there's a vision card, a GDV card, and as you scroll down you can see more and more cards. Now sometimes it can be quite overwhelming to see a lot of cards. There's a lot of detail because there is a lot of information that we need to collect about a property, but the system will guide you through what you need to do, and generally it's best to start by inputting information card by card. Best place to start is the basic information card, and that's what we're going to do now. So the first thing we're going to do is find our property and add the link from Rightmove so that we've got that recorded. The system works with Rightmove, but it also works with any other system, so Zoopla, even DealSourcer, anything that will give you a link to a property, you can add them here. You can also use off-market properties. So what I've got is a property I found previously on Rightmove. So in my browser I've got this open in another tab. And so this is a property which I want to add to the system. So I'm going to go to the address bar, I'm going to take the URL, I'm going to copy it. So I can either press Ctrl and C on the keyboard, or I can right click and copy. On a Mac you're going to use the Option and C, and on other devices use the normal way that you copy some text. I'm then going to switch to Evernetproperties by clicking on the tab. And in the basic information card, if I scroll down I can see web links and there's a big plus. I'm going to click on that for the URL, I'm going to paste it in. The display text I can fill in if I want the URL to display as something else. For this it's just a Rightmove link, and there's only going to be one Rightmove link anyway, so I'm okay with the text as it is. So press OK, and you can see I've got the Rightmove chip here. So this item that's appeared is called a chip. So I can close the link now, and then as you can see if I click on it again it brings me back to the Rightmove link. Finding the address and postcode. So that's the first piece of information we've got on our property, but we do need to fill out more fields, and we're really looking to get this basic information card filled out. So next logical place is the address. So if we click on Rightmove we can see the first part of the address here. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to switch back to Rightmove and paste in the address. Now it's not quite complete. As you can see we've only got part of the postcode, and if I scroll to the beginning you can see there is no house number. We need to find these two things. There's various ways you can do that. Sometimes you can look at the dustbins outside the property. Sometimes you'll be lucky enough to be able to see in the picture, and I can't in this one, the house number. Sometimes what I do is I go to Street View. So I've got this address, I go to Google Street View. I've done this previously because sometimes it takes a while searching around, and I found the same property, so I'm matching up the windows and the style, so you can see that alarm box there, I can see the alarm. So I verified this is the same property, and I can zoom in and I can see that is number 21. So I've identified the house number, so I'm just going to put it into my record, 21, and then the postcode. Now what you can do is just Google for the address with the partial postcode, and sometimes that will show you. So if I do this search, you can see here it's actually come up. It hasn't told me that this is the right postcode, but it's come up with LS133PB. Now you're not fully 100% sure that's the right postcode, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy, and I'm going to go into the government's EPC register. I'm just going to, if I just type EPC, and as you can see I'm using lots of new tabs as I'm doing this. I click start now, I'm going to domestic property, continue, I'm going to type in that postcode and look at these houses. So you can look, this is the road. Sometimes postcodes aren't a road, sometimes one side is one postcode, one's another, but I can look at this, so all these numbers look similar to the map, and you can see we do have 21 here. So if we look here, we can see there's 21, so I'm reasonably confident this is the right postcode. So I'm going to go ahead and paste the postcode into here, and I don't need it here. You can leave it on or you can take it off. I'm going to take it off there. So that is finding the address and postcode of the property. So as well as the address and postcode, let's fill in a few more fields on the basic information. So first of all, we've got the deal source. So if you're finding this deal yourself, then self-sourced is correct. You may find it from another property sourcer might be sending it to. It's good to keep that information so you don't, also you know where the deals come from, you know who you've got to deal with. Secondly, the selling agent is good to fill in. Normally Rightmove will tell you. And we've got Linley, Simpson and Pudsey. This is going to be useful in future for phoning up the agent and finding out about it. And notes. The moment we leave this blank, this is a field which you can do what you want with to manage the property and to manage the project. As you're going along, you can add notes in here. I'm going to leave that blank for now. Next section, add the patch. So all your properties in Property Pipeline Builder are managed into particular patches. A patch is a particular area of properties. You will have a power team, you will have agents, you will have builders, you'll have people who are in specific areas, and it's nice to keep those areas separate. You may only work in one area, in which case you'll just have one patch, but you may want to organise things in different patches. So for this, the patch isn't set, so I'm going to click the down arrow, I'm going to add a patch now. Actually I'm not, I've already got Leeds as a patch, and it's up to you to decide how big and small the patch is that you'll want. Normally the nearest town is a good start. So I'm going to add this to the Leeds patch, and now you'll notice that, or it was very quick, it took 2 seconds, it saved the project. So now the project is saved, and if I leave it, I can get back to it. Storing extra links, Street View and EPC. So during that process, we have done a couple of useful things which will be useful in the future. One is we found a property on Street View. So here we have the property on Street View. Now it'd be useful to keep that information so we don't have to go through the search again. Now Street View is quite good. The URL is deterministic as to this location, and even this camera angle is stored up here in this URL. You can see as I'm doing that, that number's changing. So what I'm going to do is going to take this, copy, I'm going to go to my basic information, I'm going to click plus on web links, I'm going to paste in the URL. Again, I could change display text, I don't really want to, press OK, and you can see it's got the Google Street View. It's exactly the same way now. I can close that, I can get the Street View back. There we go. Now, logically, we've also done the EPC, so let's keep that, so we don't have to look that up again. So it was number 21. This is the EPC record for our property. It's going to be useful in the future because you've got possible improvements that you can make to increase the EPC rating. And also, what I use a lot is the total floor area. So I'm going to take this and a copy. I'm going to go back to my site, add it, paste. Again, I'm not using displayed text, and it's OK. So now we've got the energy certificate. With these chips, you can edit them if you want. Click there. So I change my mind. I do want to use the display text. Edit that. I'll say EPC. OK, and it changes that for you. always make sure it's saved at the top. If you change it, you get sometimes it'll take 2 seconds to save it. Sometimes you want to save quicker than that, and you can press the save button. Saving and getting it back. So this is very good, but there's no point to any of this if we lose the project information if we go away from the page. So I'll just show you if I go back to tools. So we've just browsed away from the project and we want to get back to it. So if we click on my projects, if we click on patch, now as you get more and more patches they will appear in a list here. At the moment I've just got leads, so click on leads, and then you can see there's 2 projects there, and the one I'm looking for is 21 Westover Road. Click on that and I've got my project back again. And finally, one of the biggest things that you're going to need to do with properties is go out and view them and see them and look at them. And it's really important that you have your information at your fingertips when you're on the road and viewing the properties. So I've got my mobile phone connected to my computer here, so this is my phone. And I've been to Evernetproperties website before, so I've got this icon here. If you haven't got this, you can go to Chrome, go to evernetproperties.com, and you'll see the same interface. I'm going to click on this, and let's go back to the home screen. So this is my phone, and if I click on Tools and User Profile, I'm just going to log out just to demonstrate. Now, what you need to do is log in with the same Google account on your phone as you did on your computer, because then you'll be looking at the same information. So I'm going to click Sign In, and I'm going to make sure that I'm used the same Google account. So now, in the same way as I did it on the computer, I can go to My Projects, I can click Select Patch, and I can view 21 Westover Road. And now you'll see why we saved all of these. Because if you imagine I'm on the road, I'm on the train, I'm having some thoughts about the project, I can update the notes and save that if I wanted to. But also I can click here and I can go to Rightmove. And so I can see Rightmove and I can flip through the images of the property. So what I have got is access to everything. So let's do the street view. I can say, well, I wonder on this road, have people done loft conversions? So I can see it doesn't look like there's many, there's a slanting roof on that. So, but you can wander around on your phone, and so you have now got the benefit of having access to all that information that you put about the property onto the system, and you can have the access on the phone while you're on the road. So you're not limited to the laptop. So I'll click back, and it will go back to the website. So to summarise, in this tutorial you've created your first property, you've entered basic information about it, and I showed you the cards and the user interface structure which you're going to be getting used to as you use Project Pipeline Builder. You've created a patch, and so I've shown you how we organise the projects into patches, and we stored lots of links so that you can get that information, you can see it on the train. Now it's not limited to the 3 types of link that I showed you. You can use Zoopla, you can use any other link. So one thing that's quite common is if you take a photo of the property, you can share that property as a link, you can paste that link onto web links, and then you've got access to that everywhere. Now, it's no good looking at just one property, and the whole idea of this project isn't that you're looking at one property. You have to build a pipeline of multiple properties. So the next tutorial, which I recommend you look at next, is filling your pipeline. That's the next logical step of to learn about the pipeline that we have and the sequence that we use for filtering properties. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and please send me feedback. I'm always looking for feedback to improve what you've seen, improve the tutorial, improve the description. I'm really keen. That's what the early access program is all about, so I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much.